helped us kind of just goof off a little bit, so we weren't expending as much energy compared to when we were doing games where it was 20, 30, 40 northern players versus the 10, 11, 12, 15 of us. We actually did have several northern guys play on our team, you know, so not a real big deal, a lot of fun. See this barricade up on the hill, that's a 2-story tower. And that's been here, it's in some of our other videos, but this is just a view from the bottom if you haven't seen it. And that cabbage patch, or skunk cabbage, continues. We call it the cabbage patch field, but it continues on down here and just kind of narrows out. It's kind of a flood area when the water gets real high in the Ashtabula River. So not many trees really last there because of the ice that comes through in the wintertime will clear out a lot of that. Well, we only play around here about 6 months out of the year because of the mud. You know, if you're looking at this and you're in Virginia and you're thinking about coming up with us, you know, there's no red clay, it's just, you know, thick black dirt, so the water doesn't run off like it does in Virginia. So there's a whole lot less rocks too here in Ohio. So we got all these styrofoam blocks. They're nice because you can move them around and change the field up a little bit. So they're a nice addition to the field. And we've done a lot of these bunkers, like this one right here is pretty new. That's actually probably about 15 foot across there. And there's a lot of new bunkers that I'm not even gonna bother showing you guys. I don't want to run out of tape or battery. One of these styrofoam blocks, you'll notice, once again, it's very hard on a video camera to tell how much of a drop. There's probably a 25-foot drop down to this ledge, and then there's another 5-foot drop right to get right down to the water there. So there's multiple levels. If you're wanting to flank and you're brave enough, you can go running down through here most of the time. Because this is a narrow field in general, I'm just continuously walking to the back here. People kind of make a line, you got to punch through. So one of the things that we did in a couple of games was run some guys down through this cabbage patch and try to just take out whoever's down here. And usually you lose a couple people, but if you can punch through their side, then they've got to defend the I guess the length of the field rather than the width of the field, so you can create some more angles rather than just taking everybody on heads up. I think it was Jeff Fink that was giving us a hard time yesterday from this stump right here. So we had some good battles. It doesn't look like much, but you know, you get in there and tuck your body in right, and anyone coming down this trail right here is going to have a hard time. So you really have to get a lot of people, some people on top, some people on down below, and sling a lot of paint. We try to stay away from situations where in a tower where someone's got too much of a defensible area, but just try to get everybody into some good battles. You'll notice this is one that Dan Stillman and some other guys that helped us work on quite a bit and is new this year. Not a huge fort, but what it does allow you to do, and the whole point of this is if you do take this side, you'll notice that the ramp is facing the river. So it's actually meant to be an attacking and defending fort. Because you take the person out in here, you can run up this ramp, you can get in the bottom. And if you're attacking the den back here, now you have an aerial spot to lay some paint on the people in the top. So it actually, in a way, weakens the den. If you're up here and you're defending, you can cover this creek, but you can't see over that ridge. So they knock your guy out on the side, they can come over and they can shoot right in this, let's see, about 4-foot span there. They can shoot in there, and even if you're over to the side, that's a, you know, it's still real tight. You can kind of get in the corner, but it's real tight there if you lose your guy in the flank here. So everything's meant to allow more people to play on the paintball field, more people to get out here and have some fun. If you don't have a lot of bunkers, then, you know, maybe 4-on-4 is okay, but if you get 50 people out here like we had yesterday, you need some forts like this where maybe you can have 2 people on the top, 2 people on the bottom, one or two people over here on the ridge, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys over here defending the den and in and around it. It's never good to be in the exact same spot as your teammate, unless you really have no other choice, because you want to create some angles. But certainly if you have a lot of different bunkers, you can be kind of next to them so you can communicate. And if you have a lot of people and you don't have a lot of bunkers, then you have to double up on bunkers. So we want to try to avoid that a little bit. We've been working some on trying to add mulch and wood chips in here, so that we really haven't had a ton of rain, but a little bit of rain, and this thing just tends to get super muddy. So you can see there's some, you can see we had some gravel there. It's the den area, another one of those orange cones, and pretty much most of these are in the middle, or pretty much in the middle of the field. That one's near the den, which is sometimes the objective.